Greetings and good evening to all of my YouTubers out there in YouTube land. This is Michelle Portier, CEO of Michelle Speaks. If you hide it, you can heal it. And one of our main initiatives, Healing Women, Healing Nations of Northeast Florida. I'm coming to you this week to talk about my weekly motivational moments, Michelleisms. This week we're going to be talking about faltering. Are you afraid to falter? And of course, falter is an acronym. So to falter means to make a misstep or to lose strength or to lose momentum. Are you afraid of that? So we're going to get right into it. The first letter in the word falter is F. And so are you afraid to fail? Are you afraid to fail at business? Are you afraid to fail at entrepreneurship? Are you afraid to fail at accomplishing a personal goal, an educational goal? And is that fear of failure propelling you or paralyzing you, preventing you from being able to move forward? The next letter in the word falter is A. And are you afraid to advance, which is to move forward? Are you afraid of advancing due to an increased sense of responsibility or accountability? And is that preventing you from advancing? Because maybe you feel that you aren't ready for the increased responsibility. Or maybe you're not ready for an increase of self-accountability or being accountable for others. The next letter in the word falter is L. Are you afraid to love? I mean, it's easy to love someone who's lovable. But what about those that are difficult to love? Are you afraid to love completely, unconditionally, even knowing that your love is not going to be returned or reciprocated? Are you afraid to administer tough love in a work environment or a social environment or at home or in a educational environment? Are you afraid to show unconditional love? Because that would open you up to being vulnerable. The next letter in the word falter is T. Are you afraid to trust? And I'm not really talking about trusting others. Are you afraid to trust yourself, to trust your instincts, to trust your insight, to trust your intuition, to trust your judgment, to trust your ability to lead, to trust your ability to work with others, to trust your ability to advance? Are you afraid to trust? Because you have to be able to trust yourself before you can truly trust others. The next letter in the word falter is E. Are you afraid to explore the unknown? And that's pretty much self-explanatory. Are you afraid to explore the unknown because you've become so accustomed to what you know? You've gotten comfortable with your environment or your surroundings in your personal world, in your professional world, in your social environments. Are you afraid to explore new opportunities, new adventures, new avenues? And the last letter in the word falter is R. And for this purpose, we're talking about remove. Are you afraid to remove yourself from toxic situations, people, and places? Are you afraid to remove yourself from those toxic things that I mentioned due to being afraid to disappoint others, or maybe you've promised something or made a vow to something, and because it's not healthy for you, you've decided that you need to remove yourself or retract what you've said. Are you afraid to do so because you don't want it to appear that you are not a person of your word or a person of integrity? Are you afraid to remove yourself from that due to the perception of what others may label or think of you? Just food for thought. So are you afraid to falter? Are you afraid to fail because it will, and will you allow it to either paralyze you or propel you? Are you afraid to advance due to being afraid of an increase in responsibility and accountability? Are you afraid to love, especially tough love, because that's really difficult and challenging to do, because you may lose, the thing or the person, due to having to incorporate that tough love? Are you afraid to trust yourself? And are you afraid to explore the unknown? And are you afraid to remove yourself from toxic environments? That is all I have for you today. If any of what I have shared resonates with you or touches you in any way, please reach out and share that. Be sure to click the subscribe button that will be at the bottom of this YouTube. Make sure you reach out to me and contact events at Eagle Soaring Management if you'd like to book me to speak at your event, your university, your conference, your church, your community, or social event. I look forward to hearing your response. This is Michelle Portier, CEO of Michelle Speaks, signing out for the day. Have a wonderful week.